Hi guys, it's Cassie from Faodail Creation and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a very simple pincushion. Follow me. What you're going to need for this project is two 6-inch squares of fabric, any fabric, preferably a cotton. You're going to need something for cutting, either your rotary cutter or your scissors. I cut a piece of 7-inch long ribbon. And you're going to need some polyfill, or you can also use some scraps in your supply just to stuff your pincushion. Now I'm going to show you two ways to cut a piece of fabric for our pincushion. The first way is going to be using the rotary cutter and a ruler, and the second way is going to be using the chalk marker and a pair of scissors. What I have here is a fat quilt, and you could find these at any quilt store. They basically measure 22 inches by 21 inches. Now I already have a square that is 6 inches by 6 inches, so I'm going to cut my fabric along with this square. And I'm going to get my rotary cutter and I'm just going to hold onto the ruler. And I generally use my little finger just to wedge the ruler in place so it doesn't slip. So we're just going to cut it. And then we're going to cut it at the other side. So that's our first 6-inch square. Now I'm just going to do the second one using the scissors and the chalk marker. So I have this chalk marker right here, and I'm just going to do the same thing that I did with my rotary cutter, but I'm going to mark my placement line with the chalk. And it's probably best to turn your fabric around just so you're not doing it on the design, and also it's going to stand out much better. So here we go, we're going to get our ruler in its place. I'm going to do exactly what we did with the rotary cutter, but we're just going to mark our lines like so. So as you can see, we now have our 6-inch placement line ready for cutting. So as you can see, it's much more time consuming when you do it this way, and I would highly recommend getting a rotary cutter if you don't have one. It makes things easier. So here we have it. Now we have our two 6-inch square pieces of fabric and our little bit of ribbon that measures 7 inches. These are the settings that I used for my Baby Lock Soprano. It's really just a simple straight stitch. Every machine has one, so set your machine to just a straight stitch. Another thing that I highly recommend you use is the 1/4 inch foot. Your machine may come with one, or you can always order one. Another option is for you to mark your 1/4 inch placement line. My Baby Lock Soprano comes with the 1/4 inch guideline, so you can get a piece of sticky tape and you can put it right across your machine to show you which placement your 1/4 inch needs to be to the fabric. So I want you to get your fabrics and I want you to match them up with the right sides together, which means that the two design sides, the outside pieces, need to meet together, and you are going to sew a 1/4 inch down this line, and then we're going to pivot and then we're going to sew all the way down the next line. On my Baby Lock Soprano, I'm going to click all 3 of these buttons here. This button here is going to be my pivot button, so every time I stop, my presser foot is going to automatically raise. This one here is going to remember to automatically back stitch at the beginning of my stitches, so I don't have to remember to reverse stitch. And this button here is once I've finished my project and I hit the button for reverse, it's going to automatically cut off for me. So when you come near the end, this is the reverse key on the Baby Lock Soprano. and then it's going to automatically reverse, and then it's going to cut off for us. What you'll notice is that I'm not starting on the corner. I am starting this project halfway in because we're going to be turning this project right sides out. The reason you don't want to start on a corner is if you leave a gap at the corner, it's going to make that really difficult when it comes to closing this opening up. Stop here so we can now insert our ribbon for placement. Now our ribbon is going to be like this. So this is the hook part, and it's going to be like that, with your tails just hanging out. So the hook part is touching the fabric, right sides together, and then continue sewing. This is the corner just before we close the corner. And then we're just coming to the end here, and we're going to leave a space for turning right sides out. Not too big and then not too small. And then we're going to hit that reverse key, and it's going to automatically cut for us. So this is your project right here, and what I recommend you doing now is cutting off the corners and just being careful not to cut into your stitches. Now we're going to turn our project right sides together, and this is where a chopstick is going to come in very useful, and I'll show you in a moment. So you're going to take a chopstick and you're going to get the hole, and you're going to just make sure that you get these corners edged real nice. And it doesn't really matter where you put the tag. You can have it in the centre, you can have it coming from a corner. It's really up to you. Now here comes the filling. It's up to you. You can use the polyester stuffing that you can buy from the fabric store, or you can also use your scraps. This is brilliant for using them up. So you're going to literally just stuff this inside of your pin cushion. To you how full you want your pin cushion to be. There's no hard or fast rule. I just like to get some of the filling straight to the corners so it's not flopping about. So now all I'm going to do is hand sew this shut. You can do it on your machine, it's totally up to you. I recommend probably hand sewing it. So here is my finished pin cushion, and I've decided that I'm going to add a button straight through the centre of it. You can do too, and I'll show you the effect once that's done. So there you have it, guys. One simple pin cushion. How easy was that? You could also do this and fill it with lavender and give it as a gift to somebody, and they can hang it in their closet. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this how-to video on how to make a simple pin cushion. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit like, and if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now. I'll be making videos every single Wednesday. They're either going to be on the Baby Lock Enlightened Serger, the Baby Lock Soprano sewing machine, or very easy how-to sewing videos just like this one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.